one because or impress so far or bobo. Those here more final media, but maybe I do semi-final. No, Ashraf Hakimi, Gonzalo Garcia, Pedro Neto.
I think I will go for Gonzalo Garcia.
Real Madrid player, no?
Yes.
A discovery of the tournament.
Yes, and surprisingly, I think he has scored in every game.
Game you
He has scored in every game. Now, Abranti and Modin Bonti. Even though today Mbappe are effort, no, Alonso Timin Benchino. And it's one of the reasons why Rodrigo de Ghost is on the bench.
Okay.
He has been very consistent at this tournament. And not for a mean club, it's Real Madrid. Real Madrid doesn't really give opportunities to young guys. But say, Omoma 1-2 minutes crown, they expect you to show say you fit club and standard. And I think say Garcia was surprised you be Hakimi Ayala Neto has been superb. But I think say for players means yeah Omodai dear. Dear me who FIFA Club World Cup no. I will go for Gonzalo Garcia.
Okay.
Say so far on name player of the tournament Ebia the semi-finals, the finals may determine player be also ebe ende in glory but so far sponsored by Amuzupi. My question of the day and my answer will be Gonzalo Garcia. Now, Rich, and I have only one transfer story. Then I will do the preview analysis of the semi-finals now the FIFA Club World Cup. My focus this morning is on Arsenal. And me pese me man ko 40 years why I think this season Arsenal is a team to watch. In modern day football, every club will be our born home model, and that is why Manchester United is struggling. Every club will be Rich. What born home model with the projects. Not what getting decisions right. Not what be a strong contender and I say what winning trophies. A club or what a very, very good combination between the manager, which is the coach, and then the sporting director. Because these two people are leading the sporting project of the club. It is already the reason why Pep Guardiola became so successful was because of how familiar or yet with Beglisten. Onimuno. Beglisten in players are Pep. Pep in himself or tickling Beglisten who onim as someone also catch for him to go and get player or pay Edemano. Say player them put word in said yeah Pep in him what he must tell the sporting director to understand so I'll present it to the board and we will get it for you. Time as Jurgen Klopp ever Liverpool. One of the first things he fixed was to abolish it. He said this is not modern. See it here. See a to play and able to take a decision. Brendan Rodgers must be part of a certain committee. Now committee no be our no scrap it. Promote Michael Edwards to sporting director. I will work with him. Now me no quickly. When we strike the acquaintance, we can get jobs done. Now look at how successful our year. Hansi Flick about Barcelona. One of the first things are a farmer Barcelona, any relationship with Deco, any Bojan Kekic. They understood their project. When Barcelona had difficulties and they had to bring up and cry, we said Mark Benemo and Mark Casado. It was a decision that quickly it was taken. Now, after in a Pep, I'm finding a rhythm with Hugo Viera. Edu any Arteta started a very, very good relationship. Now, I said they were so focused and that is why they brought in very, very good players. And they say, well, we need trophy. You didn't have a good season. But Rich, so what the trophy to Njaya? Arsenal had a very, very good season last season.
But one day,
South American. So why need trophy? It is seen. One more blabia. But for Arsenal to get to the semi-finals of the Champions League and play in domestic competitions, baby, for me, that was the foundation of the now Edwin Mikel Arteta. But you see, the criticism to Arteta and they say, oh, you have been there for a very, very long time. You can't tell us only the FA Cup now winning your first season is enough. This is Arsenal. We want to come back to winning trophies and to start winning for him. Now, Arsenal has brought in one of the most experienced sporting directors in Europe, Andre Berta. Berta, he has been able to understand Mikel Arteta and Omoti business also. It is Russia. They look at Arsenal modern in the last 3 seasons. Now, to caps now. They say, look, we have you as the manager. We have a very, very good team. But we need to build a very, very good squad. And when we say sometimes, Rich, you may put your decisions on the table. So, say, but who are we meeting the bomb? Na situation me at Western. One of them, Georgino, say, Opesoko. Arsenal and Susa said Georgino Beko. So they could have allowed Thomas Partey to leave, bring in Zubimendi, send a in deep line playmaking, a or no any Georgino. But Georgino says Obeko. We say okay, no problem. We bring in Zubimendi. We wanted to extend the contract of Thomas Partey, but Yanyana, it is fine. You didn't know that, Beba. In that same position, say if we have to tweak and bring Declan Rice back to the natural position, you bet even Mikel Merino in the team can play in the position now. And see, we are building squad in depth. Now, in building squad in depth, they be during the transfer window. Rich, one of the best business you can do in transfer window is to not to lose your team. And see, any players are doing more, but players are these are players who for me the core of my team. They must also stay and be happy. And this one, Andre Berta by one of the young prospects. Then the contract was Luis Kelly. So, yeah, extended contract in Mano. So we have the opportunity. See, we pay the salary move. Near money conditions. Been about to who say now he has arrived. Then say Raya, I saw Nonkwa. Look, and Kofo are underestimating this transfer. Rich, last season, one of the best teams in the Premier League was Bournemouth. And Kepa was their number 1 goalkeeper. It's about the China, Bournemouth, with almost exploits. Kepa today decided to say, oh, me number 1 goalkeeper for one of the best teams in the English Premier League last season. But I will go. Number 1, probably deputy to Raya at Arsenal. And Diana, Andre Berta Kachre, Kepa or G2. Is it a Spanish connection? So you could see, say, you brought in a sporting director who knows his job and he's working. Whether the media will hype it or not, now, minim say Andre Berta Kahubi and Azubi Mendy, even last minute, Ekache Real Madrid say, me pesa me call Arsenal. The project the Spaniards presented to me, the communication between me and Arteta, it seems like I'm already home. So I want to go. Now, Rich, after this business, there be a time can see any transfer from Koma. See you. Omo minim transfer business ni omo show mu team no mu baby e tosin no na odi obi aba be show last season aka kram ye season no ade ha Arsenal pa was that na omo ni striker And this issue of a typical centre forward has been with Arsenal probably in the last 2 seasons.
Because Gabriel Jesus has it.
Gabriel Jesus.
Wow,
no typical number 9. And I was saying Prepra. Arsenal has been playing their number 9 role with Kai Havertz. And people are saying no. Bring a goal scorer for big bra or the instinct of a striker. Now you see, Victor Jokeres in common. Martin Goffo say, oh, but Jokeres. That's it. What Bob Premier League in Ibida. Oh, when in Brighton and Hove Albion, on your only 8 appearances. Then he went on loan. What Bob Coventry. What Bob Teams be. My first reaction to those who make that argument are Kevin De Bruyne and Mohamed Salah. They played in the Premier League too, which and yet small club Chelsea. And they became legends in the Premier League again with Manchester City and Liverpool. And under no circumstances, Rebecca said, oh, once the player not bother, and Fano HSA or Kodane Hova or Ba and for the examples of Omoma Bafa. Now,
maybe a man for problem in Portugal.
No, but you see,
I was in Portugal strikers, you know. I'm over Premier League in man.
And then Kamabeka said the most important thing to look at Victor Jokeres, the style of play, fixing him, just imagine it.
So the nation
putting him in the Arsenal team. And look at the creativity around him. Saga, Odegaard, Martinelli, Zubimendi, Mikel Moreno, or Kai Havertz when you as the normal times on the chair. The best of chances they will be able to create for him. And whether Abentewe, though he is doing it in the Portuguese league, you know, Rich, Saboni than him. Nessa Okache said, my creative chance amount, Bobo Nessa, is he able to do it or not? And my catch that say, me, I rate players not only for their club performance, but for their national team. The moment you are able to perform for club and country, I know say you are a sure bet. And then see, even though Sweden and far in the UEFA Nations League, he was the top scorer in the UEFA Nations League. And it means and yet just when he's playing for Sporting Club de Portugal, I can say, oh, a Liga, sebi, and yet in the top 5 leagues in Tiabantiano, Ebia or she goes to because league therefore. What about when it comes to the national team too? When he plays with Ishakmo and those other players, you know, Europe, then he missed the European nations and he saw say, yes, I am a striker who can score goals. What about that? Look at the strikers around Europe. Now, Omubo national teams are. Why is it that Victor Jokeres not for any better nation in terms of football than Sweden? And I did the top scorer in the UEFA Nations League. The guy is a lethal striker. And the way I asked about Mobono, if you are able to get him, send a letter from Austin Mo and Omoma can say the conversation between Arsenal and the Sporting Club de Portugal advancing. And Mikel Arteta, Akachi and Rebeta said, look, get this done as soon as possible. Nami who said me call preseason, then I am going with a number 9. And me team anymore. You bet me aqua confection. Now, me with Jokeres. I look at this skill corner from athletics. Now, me beside me say, okay, then we are not talking about just a goal scorer. The guy gives more than just scoring goals. Look, in terms of progression, attack, build up. Rich, these are some of the stars. Look at the runs in behind. And that is
like a positioning.
Yes, the Biano or Tete in the half space. Obama the Pemeko. Very, very dangerous. Now, again, look at the overlapping runs and underlapping runs. Look at the lateral runs. Look, Victor Jokeres say Arsenal nyana. With the way Arsenal ball, sa omu pace, omu fast direct football, one time passes, no, and omu build up numbers omu yen in terminal. Look, I think say Mikel Arteta and Arsenal will do well Which the way omo business, you know, Rich, and mommy, every vibes. When I see a project maturing into a very, very good one, I can see it, and I think say Arsenal and the Oriel friend Mikel Arteta is cooking something very, very deep.
Mike, when I see you before I proceed, you know, I say, Ayala, if you want me to bet you, I can. You'll be flop at Arsenal.
Oh, I didn't know the baby.
And I just might confirm Brian anyway. Ayala's well ready for it.
And how will we be able to see him for the bet in this one?
Also about flop you Arsenal. Ayala's one no bayadi.
Yes.
Nti udemi the other person to bet.
What he's bringing on board. And what is his reasons? The reasons they say just instinctive and answer them.
But I think that a year attacker so striker free Portuguese league in Premier League ni ma. As I'm going to say that sometimes I'm for you see Obi to say down in ness.
Oh, okay.
Say down in ness, no. Oshaba no bono ne oba Liverpool na. Chance I will so we dey senka down in ness channel. No atiamango. And Victor Gokares, no. He's a player of both Premier League, like we said. Bobby Amfa.
The numbers now, Jokers at the bar.
I'm there Portuguese league.
And you be another down in this war.
Yeah.
Not at all.
No,
Rich. Is it a matter of pick and choose to suit analysis? Because the greatest talent at every Portuguese league in him, other Premier League in him, is Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
So why are people not making that example? Because if you make that and support two arguments, and look at
one off.
Look at
1 out of 1,000.
Until Rebecca said, look at Portuguese players, and I saw more in the Portuguese league. Or many are the Premier League. Look at player we say Ruben Diaz. Has Ruben Diaz been a flop for Manchester City?
Okay.
I think say who do you say now?
Does it the end justify the means?
Federico Varandas. Yes, after Mudi they are trying to soften their stance in that. Let's wait till it happens. Then we come back to that topic and talk about it. But then the person and say, here we go, Arsenal, Victor Jokers, and now he comes into the team. Then we will look at the numbers of the Arsenal and as the season goes on. We will come back to this topic whether here or floppy and answer on floppy. And then I think it's 7 p.m. Ghana time. You be one finalist for the FIFA Club World Cup na Ekoso. US, you know, and I love it. The balance of when I unim say since the FIFA introduced FIFA Club World Cup, it has always been Europe and South America, and Europe has dominated it. And say even when they decided to bring it, a lot of teams, you know, still now you do the final four. We are getting European teams 3-1 from Brazil. And echo the same as Senior FIFA Club World Cups are echo. Now, before I proceed, no, my main cast be on my buyer has been Joe. Rich, FIFA Club World Cup, no, he used to follow a certain trend. When you say trend, you know, Obia Oji the UEFA Champions League has always been favorite to win the FIFA Club World Cup because that time in Okwa, on more prelims, Libby, Oko straight into the knockout stages. About one match penna reach now Oko into the finals and Pempi na Oshia either clubs are almost free the South Americans, you know, now on in a one-off game no asheno now waji. Andrew Paris Saint-Germain some kwa rich. They are changing the format of the competition. I'm a competition I'm heading ding all of a sudden. And until that may reach me with no biases and Bibiano. I wish Paris Saint-Germain win. I wish they win because say Chelsea are FIFA Club World Cup nibida. It is the old format, and they won the Champions League, and it was easy for them to win. Real Madrid and Jimida, it was the old format. It was easy for them to win. Paris Saint-Germain acquired the Champions League in Libya. It becomes a whole tournament, and they are finding it difficult to win. And to me, I wish Paris Saint-Germain and Ebeji this competition. There's no better graphic for the game than this one. There is no better graphic for the Chelsea Fluminense game than to use Thiago Silva wearing half Chelsea jersey, half Fluminense jersey. You know, Rich, you see, say Oko into team news. I think say good news be a bonus. Whilst Chelsea is getting more Casedo back from this many points now, team FL Fluminense mum Lucy Martinelli to this many points because in the game no only available to play. Then the only thing you can say is Levico wala ombo game nibi. Now you see, I decided to bring a lineup Levico wa home. Say the way I can illustrate what me imagine me. Look, Chelsea born no more one of our lateral defenders, Rich, will push either inverted or obeko the name for the shape to change into a three back. Throughout Chelsea Elbow tournament, we've seen say Malo Gusto say Kim na on Oba. He moves for Mark Kukwera to come in for the three back. So say look, just push Choloba here and bring Tosin here. When the Tosin back, Omuko three back shape now. Tosin will move to the right. Chaloba will stand in the middle. Kukwera will be on the left. Malo Guste then goes deep. Enimuha pushes Pedro Neto inverted Kakrase to be with Kopama. Now offer line is soon. When he does that, say last time at Chelsea boy now Fika about Andre Santos, I was so happy to see the guy, and he played very, very well. But he played that role as a single DM when Chelsea are progressing the ball. And Andre Santos quite me, once Casado bit my arm on Abroso. So in Chelsea, sir, almost 3-1. Now, if numbers be brave, and when him in the opposition box, say they are meeting a team. Rich, they play in a three back, and when they are defending, wing backs no poko kaho 5. Now omu 2. In front of them. So I am expecting Chelsea say they will push Malo Gusto here, push Abentia Fedo Neto, baby to say them and say Eche aha. Push Nkuku there, add Enzo Fernandez to Kopama in this space. Only Abentia Fedo Casado will stand as the DM aha. They push into a three back with Kukwera on the left, Abentia Fedo Chaloba in the middle, then Tosin all right and push Malo Gusto here. Omoyesa, they will have a lot of numbers to try and break Fluminense for it down. But Rich, so when the FIFA World Cup, Club World Cup we are, the best of the Brazilians, has always been how quick we are on the counter. They are so lethal, especially this guy called Arias. Stubborn boy. And Chelsea has been conceding in this tournament. And see, how many goals and Chelsea bet me share? Because if they concede to eliminate Fluminense, they will have to score more. I think say on the balance of play, they many there. Rich, Chelsea a favorite say also qualify and then you na omuko in the finals of the FIFA Club World Cup. Na mami musa Chelsea for no. Minim so Chinapana they will have to answer this. But if they are able to make it to the final, team men omo yeso metima show mo. And unto me bompa so mo no qualify between Real Madrid and the Paris Saint-Germain. Obetimi do answer but once I give you the code.
Ma tete Chelsea for ni biblia mo ka say.
Something
as a man for so PSG for no so do.
To ye for mo no mo show.
Ye mo PSG. No show ma de kiti.
Mo nchiro ma de kakra wu ati wa.
No bia hu say Chelsea no money born about. Asembe.
But all rich Bobby Oka Chelsea asema me nyini.
Oh, Kofi asema me kembo.
Oka Chelsea asema me nyudi.
Oh, Kofi, you want to say a PSG as will be a yodium. No, message is a number. Or them. Hey, you know we. Obi as a PSG. I'm saying as a PhD for no so no me yade I'm the 9 against 11 I said Bayern. Now person be sure mu Chelsea for no. No mu sure ma de kitu abi. Chelsea for na kan. Even na make ana go fi ana usiri.
Na le people ay mumu so no so.
Na na unjiri kasa na. What's Real Madrid there? Fala. Ba mo pedu obi ebo ni din no. Enye no we.
Ba o kai say omoji conference league no. City by can say Yaman Real Madrid and Barcelona. And probably he may be getting his wish.
And they are grown nudi. Now better than Barcelona.